the same syllabus in English and one side in Telugu, sir. So earlier it was Telugu medium in all the government schools. With English medium, they had great opportunity and they could go anywhere in the world to study also, sir. And CBSE made them competitive throughout the countries. But the recent developments in our state, lot of people, there is thing that English medium is being discontinued, and also CBSE syllabus has been discontinued, sir. All these people, sir, all these people who want Telugu medium in the government schools only for poor children have all their children studying in private schools and in English medium, sir. Sir, I like my mother tongue, sir. I like my mother tongue. I have studied in English medium and I have studied Telugu also, sir. The same thing was being implemented for the poor students in our state. We demand the India government that English medium be continued, sir. There's one thing which is common for all the Indians working abroad, one thing which is common for all the Indian diaspora, it is that everybody has strength in English, everybody have learnt English, that's why they are able to go and work, sir. Imagine if a student is studying in Telugu medium, will he get a good job abroad? Will the big MNCs pick him up? Sir, this is going to affect the future of the kids of our state, especially the poor people, and it is totally not acceptable. The India government should continue English medium along with Telugu, and it should not be only rubbed upon the government schools, sir. This is a very important issue, and please imagine the psychological impact which is going to have on the poor children if they are not able to be on par with all the rich kids who are studying in the private schools and other schools. Sir, one more thing. I would like to talk about one of the biggest scam which has happened in our unified Andhra Pradesh, sir. The Margadarshi chits. They have collected more than 2,600 crores against the norms of RBI, and RBI has also found fault with them. They have diverted that money to their other companies, which is against all the rules. And if anybody questioned them, they have a media house and they have targeted those people, sir. It is one of the biggest scam. It is bigger scam than Sahara. It is bigger scam than Sharda chits, all this put together, sir. But no action is being taken. Even the IT department has found fault with them. They have put a penalty of 1,000 crores for Margadarshi, and they are fighting it out in court for the past 15 years, sir. Sir, we demand inquiry be put on them. We demand that proper cases are booked and justice is done, because lakhs of people have invested their money there. And there is a complaint also that whoever has deposited their money, they are not getting it back, and they are forcibly making them renovate, sir. Just because they have a big media house, just because they target anybody talking on this, law should be same for everybody, sir. It is surprising. A case study can be made on this, sir. How they can evade judiciary, how they can evade police. Sir, when somebody is buying watches, ED is calling them. When somebody is acting in an ad, ED is calling them. Serious fraud offences are calling them. Why is it that thousands of crores is siphoned off and no ED or no serious fraud offences are calling them? This itself is a case study for a major scam, and we demand that the Prime Minister take note of this and take serious action on this, sir. Sir, one more thing.
Around the world into the country through Andhra Pradesh. And it is a matter of pride to say that we have created about 3,10,925 crore investments and created about 3,12,756 lakh jobs. This is not just futuristic, but also it is what we are achieving, the central government's commitment towards green energy, and also our Chief Minister's dream of making Andhra Pradesh the hub for the renewable energy in the world. As we know, we are seeing our country where the people's lives have been improved in every aspect, especially in for the poor and needy. We are also observing how the central government has generated the income and how the income has been improved for the poor and needy. We have seen the women empowerment, and now we just don't talk about women development, but we talk about women-led development in our country. So keeping this in mind, our Chief Minister Nara Chandrababu Naidu Garu has created the top and the best welfare model in the country. Now we are a state where we deliver about 64 lakh pensions with an annual bill of 33,100 crores. Sir, we have also, this is the first of its kind and first in history and in the country where WhatsApp governance has been introduced in our state. This enables a person not just going around the government offices for OBC certificates or EWS certificates or to get income certificates, but he can get this through WhatsApp. And this is only possible because of the revolutionary ideas of our Education Minister, Nara Lokesh Garu, and also the policies that has been unleashed by the central government in the digital technology. Sir, our Chief Minister, Sri Nara Chandrababu Naidu Garu, has a vision of Swarna Andhra Pradesh, that is 2047. It is working on 10 principles with an aim of creating a zero poverty and zero hunger state. This is based on 4 Ps, that is the public, private, people model. And this model is to create a state which is having zero poverty, a state which is home for international investments, a state which is having opportunities, and a state which is having a highest agriculture productivity, a state where the health of the people is the responsibility of our state government, and also a state with highest welfare schemes. And we call this government as Manchi Prabhutvam, that means the good government. This good government has been working continuously to